We do have a logistic young man I'm gonna hire. He's too expensive today. But the unique story about him, and I'm not gonna mention his name yet, but he's working for a major trucking firm. He's head of logistics. But he was going to the University of Arkansas, and he got a student loan and bought $5,000 worth of our stock way back years ago. Yeah, brilliant young man. We're excited about. He wants to be part of our team. We're just not quite ready for him.
I bought him a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but he's a top-notch logistic guy.
So to partner off of that, everyone here, the investors in this room, I mean, like you said, 20 million shares, everyone's gonna have their own idea and their own take about
Sure.
what's a great direction, where it can go. So if a person does have the ability to get those contacts and sit with someone, and I understand it's a hard question to answer probably, how would they go about that, saying, hey, look, I have an opportunity that I think I can open up doors for you? Not talking about buying 100 pounds of shrimp. I'm talking about, hey, I think there's another location that can be, me being from Louisiana with all the seafood and the things. If a person like me said, hey, look, I can put you in front of the right people to just open a core discussion to see if it's even worth it, because for me, it's the angle of the green effect, that it's green, it's healthy, it's something that can help a lot of different avenues that are running into roadblocks. So where would a person like me or any of these other investors who have their ideas like, hey, look, I think we ought to think about going into schools. I think we ought to hook up with the casinos. I have that contact. So what would a person do? Is there an email? Is there
Schools
someone?
are low cost. I've been down that path with, that's basically a commodity product. I've sold food to schools, and big GSA contracts, and GSA. And so we won't want to go down a commodity road, but if it's something, a specialty niche where we can get our price, you gotta remember, it'll probably take us about 250 systems. That'd be 6,000 pound a week systems to get less than 5% market share. Now, it's just a massive market. We'll be very much, at that point in time, there's gonna be a really push for us looking at a IQF frozen product. At that time, that's when we talk to the big food companies on that. I don't see, there's certain market directions at the company. We're looking fresh, live right now, and we get the highest price. When we go into that commodity market pricing, that's when you gotta compete pricing with anybody else. I do agree that we have something special because it's US grown, it's healthier. We're gonna be able to jump on all those things.
Yeah, it's an
There's
easy
just
sell.
so much we can handle. We'd love to go get everybody. I can give you emails every week. I get people telling me they got this and they got that. But if there's something unique, we'd certainly listen.
The culinary convention you guys attended this year in San Antonio, at the booth, you guys had a video playing, and it displayed a picture of Whole Foods. Was that a little hint letting us know that might be a possible future sales agreement?
I don't know. That was Douwe's video.
Do you care to speak on that?
We can't say anything about that right now, but like Gerald mentioned, there's a path we're gonna go right now. And, there's only so much shrimp we can pump out right now at the moment. To be able to go to companies like Whole Foods and Amazon's, you're gonna need a lot of shrimp. You have to dedicate to a lot of shrimp.
But we do see some possible alignments with major players within the next 12 months. I would think you'd see some really alignments.
So if someone wanted to come along, that's basically where I was going.
Yeah.
There's obviously the problem of keeping up with the amount of shrimp, because it is it's just such a, not only a demand, but it's such a unique demand because you have something that a lot of people don't have. The clean shrimp, just the ways to produce it and everything else down the line. But, if you had someone who said, hey, I'm willing to build another facility, I'm interested in doing it through whatever it may be, that's kind of what I was leaning towards.
Talk about our joint ventures and licensing partners, that's where they'll fall in. And it's 100% right, and there's gonna be a lot of opportunities, we know that. We already had, the thing we had to do is get our technology to the point we can roll it out the way we want it to. So for example, the facility in Florida, you know, when we get that off, we break ground, we think we'll have it up and running. It'll be 240,000 square feet. It'll have 24,000 pounds a week of production. But we know that we can roll our technology in there. It'll take us from the time we break ground to get into production, probably about 8-9 months. So we know what our timelines are. It was about developing that footprint that we can replicate anywhere. And that footprint's 6,000 pounds a week.
Is there any, are there any investors that are still questioning the proof of concept? Or is this?
Oh, you know, unless they're on the short side, no. Would be the only, you know, and you know, people are short, our investors are short, you know, I don't know. But as far as we know, you know, we don't have, I'm not gonna say nobody, but we'll move forward, you know, just like we're moving. It's an exciting run for us. It's exciting to have these guys on my team. It's exciting for me to have this facility now. I mean, you know, from where we were. I mean, this is just in a few months, not years. So,
It's amazing.
6 months from now, it'll be an exciting discussion to talk about a lot of other things.
So, excuse me, going back to delivering live shrimp to New York City, how much are they paying for those shrimp?
We're gonna sell it for $10.50 a pound,
Live?
live.
Average.
12 grams. Now, we're gonna have about a $3 cost in it.
Good.
That's the average price, right? And,
Yeah.
so, in New York, I might sell 10.50 or
Yeah.
10, right?
Yeah.
Not lower than that ever.
Yeah.
But in Chicago, I'm selling at 12 or 13, so the average price was
Oh,
also
really?
10.50.
So you can get more out of Chicago
example,
than New
yeah.
York, because New
Really?
York is a depressed market or something like that?
It's a high volume market, right? So it's high.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Specific
I
cities
get
will
it.
pay more for
Yeah.
something.
Got it.
So,
But all that, about $3 a pound. Cost of goods.
Oh, it costs you something.
No matter where it goes.
That's actually good numbers.
And like the fast turnover, so, and
If I
yeah,
can
it's gonna
ask,
be interesting, you know, again, it's a niche we never thought about, and now that we're all excited about it, we're excited about the opportunity. The other thing it does for us in normal growth curves, we're testing some that's not this way, but normally, we'll have 10 or 15% of our production on the low side. It's just, you know, it's the way it is. The bell curve is about 70% target size, and then we'll have 15 or 20% super big boys. But I mean, we always have a place to go with all of our shrimp.
so, are we still, or are you all, I guess it's we, because we own, are we still working on the aquaponics?
No, we backed off that. Benjamin Brandt, the CEO of the company, passed away.
Mhm.
And then as we got into the other players in it, they didn't have the financial resources to go where they need. So what we did was sort of back off.
Okay.
And I said, okay, you know, the idea was they were gonna bring 10 million to the table for a joint venture for a facility. And I said, when you have the check, come and see me. But now we don't need it.
Right.
No, I'm serious.
I understand.
Now, we can go to the markets now and get all the money we need to do what we wanna do, you know, so why give up 49% of it?
So they were not bringing in technology, they were just.
No, they were just bringing in potential joint venture, well, they thought, they said they had the deal, and so ended up it didn't work exactly the way they said. And great guys, I mean, we had a really nice relationship with them. It was just, and Benjamin, the CEO of the company, was more the promoter than anybody, and he passed away. And, you know, then I had to sit back and say, obviously it was dragging, there was a lot of things dragging out. The Puerto Rican deal was that we could go down there tomorrow, but they're gonna wanna raise money off our system. So why do we wanna go down there and do that? You know, there may be a choice someday where we do that, but the terms will be a lot different.
So you've got to go in a lot of directions. What are the top concerns you have at this point?
I have a really great staff. We've got great people. Licensing, in fact, what's really crazy, Christine lives in Australia. You know, in today's world, you're on Zoom with them, you know, we have our conference calls and everything, and she'd be working in Norway and Australia. But her background, and she was at Barrel Blue for a few years working there. That's where we met. And, you know, we got acquainted, and she brings a technical support to our team that is really top notch. Anything else?
One question.
Yeah.
When we hibernate the shrimp, is our staff doing that, or is Gulf Seafood people doing that?
No, we use the expertise in their packaging methods, it's our team that does it.
Our team?
We take direct control of every cell. It's the best way to control it.
Small world.
We don't wanna spend time and money growing shrimp, right, breed product when they get bigger, and give it over to somebody else to sell it. I think we have enough pride in what we do to make sure we deliver to the end customer.
And the unique is Raphael, the VP of production, actually was working with some Chinese groups selling some live shrimp. He said their methods weren't too. So, but they were working in that market, which was really interesting, you know. But it's apparently a market that's really being kicked around, and people are trying to find a way to do it. You can get more money, you know, for small shrimp. But you go back to Stephen Alexander, and what he told me was he started his packaging program and doing live shrimp 9 years ago. And, you know, he was a broker at first, and now he owns 15 trawlers. And I would imagine most of that was just trying to protect his ability to get shrimp in and ship it. And he would love to sell those trawlers. So we make a natural fit for him. Never thought about it.
Yeah, if we're doing them in tanks, you don't need to go out on the water.
Yeah.
But now those trawlers are
And you're
being used.
consistent today.
Exactly, I mean, you don't have to worry about storms and oil spills and.
Well, his trawlers went out to the fishing for the shrimp, okay? So he ended up, he got 15 a day, he sends up about 4 every day, comes back with, you know, from 100 to 500 pounds, he never knows. And then he's tearing up all the, you know, bycatch. So it's a real problem now for him, you know. He wants to get on YouTube and talk about how bad it is. But, you know, and he's a smart guy, and Marco's developed a great relationship with him. He drove up to meet us at the Texas Restaurant Show. That's where we met. He met Tom and I. And, you know, little did I think that, I was okay, for, you know, live shrimp, okay.
The Gulf shrimp.
I really didn't think a lot
Not
about it,
either.
you know, but realistically, you know, Marco pushed it and went down and saw that he's a real guy. And he really had a business, and he needs some help, so we're the help. And that gives us a real niche to do a lot of things, you know, as we ramp up to food service and retail, which we will be there.
One of the chefs that I mentioned, like example in New York, she does a online ordering meal service, but she is a James Beard award winner for seafood. She used to have seafood restaurants, seafood only, and now she does it online. So she used to go buy the Gulf shrimp and use her dishes, present them, and ship them out with Gulf shrimp. The Gulf shrimp is not doing that well right now. Plus, what's happening with, you know, with the waters in the Gulf, she's like me. She's old school and she likes pure and clean products. She doesn't stand behind it anymore, so she stopped doing that. So her and I got in touch, and I got her interested in our product. So the interest, and now going back and doing the shrimp with her again with meals, she wants to do shrimp again, but then use our clean shrimp instead of dealing with the Gulf shrimp. So that's one of the projects that we're working on right now, which I'll be
Interesting,
presenting
one of the
soon.
things we found out, you know, Norman worked with a big seafood company on the East Coast, I won't mention the name yet, but during COVID, you know, everything changed. You know, everybody couldn't go in a restaurant for 3-4 months here in Texas. So everybody learned how to cook. So he says that his high-end seafood increased sales 300% during that time. Yeah, instead of going down. And so, and home delivery and all this stuff. So this is all new opportunity for us that I never thought about. You know, originally we only food service. That was our direction. Now we're talking about retail, you know, home delivery, live, you know, so we got a lot of different directions, which is really cool. And this has really evolved out of COVID. Yeah, I know.
It's so easy to get nowadays gourmet meals, you know, home delivered. And all you do is something pop in the microwave,
Yeah.
bags boil in water. I mean, there's so much you can do. And, you know, I think that is a pretty huge market for us as well. And your margins will be a lot higher as well.
So enjoy the ride, it's gonna be fun. We went through the hard time. Yeah, we really have. It's been an amazing ride up to this point, and it's really, really fun. We got really good quality people all the way through us. I don't have to make every decision. I don't make every decision, thank goodness. But, you know, all these people have expertise